Okay, what culture? Let's put on our debating hats and dive into the pool of devil's advocation. Now, admittedly, that didn't make any sense and also sounded a bit sexual, but my point is this. This video isn't really about me saying, hey, I'm 100% right or hey, I'm 100% wrong. It's more about introducing an argument, you seeing how you feel about it, then you coming back to me and we can have a big discussion and see which side of the fence we fall on. But yes, there's definitely an argument to be had when it comes to WWE and how they've been debuting stars recently. None have really been introduced in a way that makes any sense, and while some do go on to shine, others are doomed from the start and sometimes even before they've walked out from behind that curtain. Anything can change in wrestling in an instant, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about it, especially because at one point in time, Vince McMahon and his band of merry friends were incredible at doing just this. So yeah, WWE right now sucks at introducing new stars. Why? Here's why. Sweaty. Too hot in the UK, I'm sweating. Let's start on a high and cast our minds back to when WWE were indeed the kings and queens of introducing new faces to our television sets. Remember Razor Ramon? Remember how good those videos were? How excited you were to see a new one each week? Or Mr. Perfect when he threw the football to himself and he caught it? It's fabulous. We don't even have to go super retro with this either. WWE spent weeks with a big countdown to the Millennium Clock, and when that clock hit 0, who popped out? Chris Jericho. And because it had been going on for so long, everybody went, well, it's got to be a big deal. He had a big clock for weeks. There will be countless other examples as well. If we do fast forward into 2018, especially when we talk about NXT call-ups, sometimes it's easy to go, what the hell was the plan? Let's take No Way Jose. I don't think anybody expected No Way Jose to roll into Raw and become a surefire main eventer, but he had something there. He's quite a fun character, and he could have been used in a special way on Raw even for a little while. And then there's Ember Moon. When she debuted on Raw, she was coming off a really hot tag team match from NXT TakeOver where her and Shayna Baszler went at it. Within a week of doing that, she was making literal references about the moon. Finally, we'll bring in the Authors of Pain to the conversation. And yeah, when they walked down that Monday Night Raw ramp, they did indeed kick the ass of Heath Slater and Rhino. But outside of, they look like a pretty intimidating tag team, WWE gave you nothing else. No story, no nothing. In short then, all of the acts were just hurled onto Raw with little fanfare whatsoever. And it worked with the audience around WrestleMania weekend because they knew who they were. But if you didn't, they were just some new dudes on Raw. They blended into the background because there was no proper feuds, there was no focus, and before long, fans had no clue what they were meant to make of these people. The AOP vanished entirely. Now that wasn't their fault because apparently there were some visa issues, but the public didn't know that. All they saw was, there's some big dudes, and then almost instantly, where did the big dudes go? It also puts all of them in a position where they have to start climbing back up rather than start them high and encouraging them to get high. You're always going to have loads of momentum when you debut because there's going to be a load of intrigue and interest in the air. People want to see where these new people are going to go and what they're going to do. They ask that question. If the answer is nowhere, all of a sudden people stop caring because of course they do. And yeah, I know if WWE then decides to push you, you can get back to where you need to be, but that seems like a very counterproductive way of going about things. We'll throw them out there, they'll dip, then when we want to pick them back up, we'll pick them back up. You may as well just start punching yourself in the face and then wonder why you've got a bruise. And we can keep on with the names that have fallen foul to this recently because there was Sanity, there was the Iconics, and there was Andrade Cien Almas. Now I don't think they've tanked per se, but there doesn't seem to have been any real attempt to help them light up Raw or to help them light up SmackDown. It may not have worked out as planned, but the aforementioned Chris Jericho, he went toe to toe with The Rock on day one, and I can only think that helped just a little bit. It also sucks that every single character is debuted in the same way. I mean, who has had a unique or original entrance in the last few years? There was AJ Styles, he came in the Royal Rumble, but that is flipping AJ Styles. If you're coming from NXT, I think we could have a bit more fun with it, or at least come up with a concept and see where that leads. We kind of did that with Sanity, but even then, all those videos felt a bit unfocused. What we really need is a separate path for everyone. Almas, for example, could have been the new Razor Ramon. He could even made a bunch of vignettes that paid homage to what happened in the past, and we would have loved it because everybody loves nostalgia. Ember Moon could have been a surprise entrant in the Money in the Bank, and maybe, just maybe, the Authors of Pain could have a bunch of sit-down interviews where they told us why they wanted to be wrestlers and what their goals are here in the WWE. Establish their characters before we've even pulled the trigger on anything. Straight away, that's 3 different takes on 3 different acts, and we can be more creative than that. They're just 3 concepts I pulled out of my ass. The key as ever is treating somebody like a superstar so they actually have the opportunity to become a superstar. And I know there's wrestling politics and we have to get around all of that, but that's for management to figure out. Vince Vince McMahon, that is for you to do. If someone's going to get upset, tough, especially when you're in the star-making business. We should be doing all we can to underline that, not hurling them out there and just seeing what happens. That doesn't make any sense. Think of Bobby Roode as we talk about all this as well. He suffered from all of this, and then he hit that 50-50 booking wall, and before you knew it, all his magic had gone, and he felt like just another guy on the roster, and he's more than that, or at least he could have been. Imagine we had done that with My Dad Goldberg. The character could have been exactly the same. But the reason we all thought he was so damn cool is because he got in that ring night in, night out, and he killed everyone. And sure, yeah, wrestlers may not want to be that person, but again, that's for the company to sort out. It's just the lay of the land sometimes. Sometimes you're on top, sometimes you've got to be the job boy. The real kicker is that sometimes Michael Cole and the rest of the commentary team are even told you're not allowed to mention this person's NXT past. So then, what hope in hell do they have? It's all right if you've come up with like a new vision for them, but if you haven't, once again, bam, you've shot them in the back. And for balance, yeah, I actually think so far Drew McIntyre's comeback has been handled wonderful, and he's starting to feel like a bigger star each week. But there's more we can do, and a lot of that is the stuff we used to do. So if we used to do it, why can't we do it now? The ideas are there, the concepts are there. Just reach into the drawer and pull them back out again. They're like pants. Everyone likes pants. Get the old pants and put them on. Ah, yes, pants. It seems so obvious to me, and that's why I cannot understand why WWE isn't doing more of it. But that's why I wanted to discuss it, and that's why I want your feedback in those comments below. As well as that, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to What Culture Wrestling, then you head over to whatculture.com and you read yourself some articles, and you follow What Culture at What Culture WWE on this social media platform known as Twitter. My name was Simon from What Culture. I'm not going to lie to you, this was one of the hardest videos I've ever had to do because it is so hot here in the UK, I think I'm about to have a quite literal meltdown. You can probably see sweat on my face. However, we always plow through, and we plow through with power. I will see you soon.